Hello, my luminous, luscious Leos. Welcome, welcome. It is Sachi, and we are going to do some shamanic shifting where we're going to look at what your current energy is, what your manifestation goal is for the month, and then take your current energy and transmute it into your goal. So, just a reminder, the top 2 videos with the most likes will get a bonus reading later next month. So, if this resonates, please do hit that like button. This is what came out in the cleansing ceremony for you, Leo. We had the 4 of Chalices with the Chariot. So when the 4 of Chalices came out, I definitely felt this sort of daydreamy, dissociative state. So I feel like a lot of your emotional foundation is sort of in the fantasy world. And that's good. You're trying to figure out where exactly it is, where you want to go, what you want to do. The Chariot can mean, you know, in general, how you want to move forward, but it can be maybe you want to go on a vacation, maybe you want a new car, and also it can indicate, you know, like being with family and things like that, you know, what you want your ideal family to look like. So I feel like you are definitely, you know, fantasizing about where you want to go and how you want to move forward in life in general. We had Float Soul using Screw Tail, which is telling me that someone basically screwed you over emotionally in the past. Anytime I sneeze, excuse me, it means that something really wants to come out. And we have Call Forth Cold. Okay, so it feels like basically you had to freeze someone out. Kyrim is a legendary, so anytime like a legendary or mythical comes out, like I know it's like super intense energy. You happen to have 2 here, Leo. So we have Call Forth Cold, which is basically you had to put up this, you know, cold energy in your emotional body. And Chariot, again, you may be moving on from something as well. But it feels like you're more future thinking, if that makes sense. And then we had Yvettal coming out using Amazing Destruction, and it actually hit Float Soul and flipped it upward. So, which is making him use Rescue. So this is telling me this is, again, another like legendary or mythical. And it's a dark type, which is indicating, you know, some darker type energy and Amazing Destruction. So something that came in and may have destroyed a relationship or a situation or whatever it was in your life actually rescued you from a situation. It really didn't screw you over. It was a rescue. So that's what came out in the cleansing ceremony, Leo. We are going to see where this goes. So, like I said, we're going to take a look at what is in your current energy, what your manifestation goal is for this month, and then how we can transmute your current energy into your goal. I hope you guys are well. We are amidst eclipse season. The first eclipse was on April 30th in the constellation of Aries. We have the second one May 15th to 16th in the constellation of Libra. Of course, I am a true sidereal astrologist, which gets the data directly from the solar system itself. All right, Leo, let's see what is your current energy. We have the 2 of Swords, the Magician, and the Sun. Beautiful. So yeah, it looks like you are totally ready for a new beginning. You are focusing on things that that light you up, right? This is your card, Leo. So you're definitely in your energy. I absolutely love it. It does feel like you're doing things that bring you joy, bring you warmth, that warm you to your core, you know, that make you happy. In this deck specifically, it can be spending time with family. So some of you may be spending time with family. Magician is learning how to do magic using the 4 elements. Well, the 5 elements, right? Spirit being one of them, our intentions, our spirit, our soul. It looks like you are working your magic, your manifestations are coming through, and everything is all good. With the 2 of Swords in reverse, it is telling me that there used to be a conversation that should have happened between 2 people, and you were finishing it in your own head. Like you had to play both parts in your mental space, and you are finally saying no to that now. You are rejecting having to balance masculine and feminine energy in your own mind for a situation that had to do with another person. And again, now I feel like with this Magician, it's a whole new beginning, and it's all in the light now. All right, let's see what's the light energy here. Going right to the Magician, we have Bunnery using Bounce in reverse. Ooh, and Steel. Okay, so it looks like you haven't been able to completely bounce out of a situation, but you are protecting your energy from it. Steel type represents, you know, being able to have a certain boundary, you know, energetic or otherwise, so that people can't really, you know, harm you or anything like that. So it looks like there could be some people around you But again, you're able to protect yourself even if they are in your sphere. It says its ears are always rolled up. They can be forcefully extended to shatter even a large boulder. So it's talking about its ears always rolled up. So I feel like there's just people that you are no longer listening to. And part of that may be someone who was a magician or someone who gave you false light in some sort of way. And it talks about, you know, taking boulders and smashing them to pieces. You know, so I feel like any blockage that may have been like a big blockage in the past, it's now just sort of little pebbles. Like, yeah, the pebbles are still there, but it's not a boulder in your way anymore. And that's the kind of energy that I feel of, like, you may not be bounced out completely, but you're definitely protected against whatever this is. All right, let's see what's the shadow. All right, also going to the Magician. We have Heatmore using fire claws. Okay, so with Heatmore, I feel like, again, you know, the sun's there. There is a lot of heat, but I feel like you want more heat in your life. With fire claws, you know, it can be that you, like, you want more fire, like, coming towards you, kind of. The root chakra is fire type, which has to do with your kundalini, that is residing dormant. So I feel like you are, like, working with more heat when it comes to your manifestations. Again, it's using all 4 of the elements. So it's, you know, fire, water, earth, air, and then, you know, spirit, or some people use metal and wood. But yeah, so I feel like you are trying to bring in more heat, which of course is good that you are in the sun type energy because there's a lot of warmth around you. So it does feel like you're, you know, understanding your kundalini a little bit better. The root chakra is also everything you eat and drink, right? Everything you consume, your sleeping patterns, and your sense of safety here. So it feels like you need a little bit more heat to stabilize your root chakra. It says there's a hole in its tail that allows it to draw in the air that it needs to keep the fire burning. If that hole gets blocked, the Pokemon will fall ill. So it talks about this need for, you know, the fire and the air to be coming through the hole in its tail, which is basically the root chakra, right? So it does look like you need to make sure that, yes, as this heat is increasing with the sun there, that your air is also flowing there so that you don't fall ill. So, you know, I had those sneezes, which also was when I was reading Call Forth Cold. So you need to be careful that you're not catching a cold or anything like that, that you are incorporating a healthy amount of air energy, which of course has to do with communication. So there could be, you know, it could have to do with you talking to your root chakra or the way you are communicating to your body, you know, through the things that you are ingesting, right? Eating, your sleeping patterns, and your sense of safety. Because in the sun, they're all like getting together and having these big family meals. Okay, Leo, let's see what your goal is here for the month. We have 9 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and the King of Chalices in reverse. So 9 of Wands has to do with setting intentions and manifestation. So again, it's very similar to the Magician here. She has all 4 elements there, and she's doing her candle magic. So 9 of Wands has to do with manifesting something by one's own self. And this can even be considered with only feminine energy in some sort of way. And with the King of Chalices here, it's like masculine water energy can't put the feminine fire out is kind of the energy that I'm getting. Masculine and feminine, of course, being energetic principles, not anything to do with gender. We have the 3 of Pentacles that's coming out in the middle, which is the card of work, of some sort of creative thing. So again, I think it feels like you're trying to manifest something that is very, very creative. It's not, the King of Chalices in this deck is also like the inner child that's just like, oh, we're painting to have fun, you know, like let's just doodle and da-da-da-da-da. But the 3 of Pentacles, like, she is a serious artist who gets paid for what she does. And I feel like that's kind of what you are manifesting, is something where your creative energy is part of some sort of work thing, or that you get paid for it, or that, again, it's like, it's not just to have fun. Like, you're doing this project with a purpose. Let's see what's the light energy here. Coming out stuck, hitting the sun is Hoot Hoot, send back, wing attack. So yeah, with the sun, it feels like there's some energy that you want to send back to them with wing attack. Wing attack has to do with, like, again, air energy being attacked in terms of communication. So there could be someone in your family that tries to attack you or something like that, and you want to just send that energy back to them. It says, it begins to hoot at the same time every day. Some trainers use them in place of clocks. So it seems like you're also trying to get into some sort of routine that can help with this. Hoot hoot is owl spirit. Owl spirit has to do with like wisdom. So I feel like you're trying to get the information, and again, to keep that air flowing with your fire in order to create whatever this is, and to, again, make this into some sort of routine so that it's like for example, the kind of energy that I'm getting here is like someone who is starting their own business. You know, maybe they're an artist, like a painter or something, right? Making your own business. And then, you know, being, you know, kind of strict with yourself. Like, okay, every day at noon, I'm going to pull out the canvas and I'm going to work on it until 5 o'clock, you know, and that's my work day or something like that. And being very regimented about it. We have Mudbray using rear kick and Mighty Ina using crunch. Okay, so we have something that has happened in the past. This is a fighting type, and I feel like you kind of got kicked in the ASS, if that makes sense. And it is some dark type energy that is very, you know, Mighty Ina is like wolf spirit, so it represents, you know, an aspect of loyalty to one's pack or something like that. So I definitely kind of get this shadow that needs to be worked through here in regards to that. Mudbray says, loads weighing up to 50 times as much of its own body weight pose no pressure or pose no issue for this Pokemon. It's skilled at making use of mud. So yeah, I feel like even if you don't have, you know, like maybe you don't have the best paintbrushes or the best easels or whatever. Again, this is just an example. Like, you know that you can make use of whatever it is that you have, and that you can be successful through more of the intention of the magic, you know, quote unquote magic that you are using in order to make whatever this thing is that you are creating. You know, it's talking about loads weighing up to 15 times, like, are not an issue. So I do feel like, you know, even if something pops up and it's a big deal, it's like, you know, you can handle it. Even if it's like way more than you know, usually handle on a day-to-day basis. But again, with this Mighty Ina using crunch, I do feel like, there's also something here about what you're eating. Like, crunch is what you're eating. So I do feel like there are some things that you are consuming, whether it's food or drink or anything, that could be blocking your root chakra and possibly causing illness. I'm not a medical doctor. Don't take this as medical advice. But yeah, you might want to do some shadow work in regards to that, because that will definitely kick you in the ASS. It says, it will always obey the commands of a skilled trainer. Its behavior arises from it living in packs in ancient times. Yeah, so again, these could be like comfort foods or something like that. It can also indicate, you know, obeying the commands of a strong trainer. So it feels like, you know, some of your shadow kind of might be in control here, but you want your shadow to be under your control. It's like, okay, you know, I'm commanding my shadow now. It's obeying me as the strong trainer. I am going to set certain goals for myself during certain times, and I am going to stick to that routine because this is what I want to do. So it definitely feels like you're trying to sort of overcome your shadow here. I saw conclusions are within reach, so I definitely feel like you can do this month. Let's see, Mother Moon, what would you like to say? We have a win-win outcome is forecast. It's kind of coming out stuck, kind of coming out in reverse, but I feel like it's more stuck. That you can have a win-win forecast. You can have balance. You can have both things, creative and physical sort of thing. This is the eclipse that I was just talking about, which is coming out, you know, full moon in Libra. That's May 15th to 16th. So I do feel like that is going to cause quite the shift. We're going to look at this other one that's going to the sun in the extended because I've run out of time. So if you would like to follow me there, the link is in the description box below. But if we part ways here, good luck with the situation. I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.